Hello, everyone. Welcome to the HasuraCon 2020. I'm Romaric, CEO of Qovery. In this quickie presentation, we'll see how to deploy a full stack application with Hasura, Angular, and Qovery, and why it's the perfect match. First of all, what is Hasura? Hasura is a turnkey GraphQL API backend, meaning you don't need to write any code to have a ready GraphQL API. Hasura stores all the data into a Postgres database, and what's interesting is that Hasura manages the database for you. All the setup is done automatically. Hasura is extensible and lets you integrate with your other applications through a well-designed hook system. And with Hasura, all of this is ready in just a few seconds. Now, what's Qovery and why it perfectly fits with Hasura? Qovery is a container as a service platform to help developers to deploy applications in the cloud in just a few seconds. Qovery is designed to deploy stateless and stateful applications like databases, brokers, and storage on any cloud providers, more specifically AWS, GCP, and Azure. And all of that in just a few seconds as well. By combining Hasura and Qovery, we have the perfect solution to have a production-ready GraphQL API with all the required dependencies and on the cloud provider of your choice. What I mean by all the dependencies is that today an application is most of the time composed of the backend, front-end, database, middleware, and so on and so forth. It's what we commonly name full stack applications. Qovery is designed to handle full stack application from day one. So let's take a closer look on how to deploy full stack application with Hasura, Angular, and Postgres database. First, let's start to deploy the backend. The first things to do is to create a directory and move into it. Then connect to your Qovery account by typing Qovery auth. You don't need to have a cloud account to deploy on the cloud provider and region of your choice. Then we type the command Qovery init -t Hasura to generate 3 files required to make the application ready. We'll talk about that on the next slide. And finally, we commit and push our changes to deploy the application. That's it. Your Hasura application is deployed with a Postgres database. To check the deployment, you have to type the command Qovery status. Under the hood, the Qovery init -t Hasura command has created 3 mandatory files. One .qovery.yaml file, which is the description file indicating what dependencies your application needs to run. In our case, Postgres database. But we also added 2 custom domains for the master and dev environments. One Docker file to build and run the image, and one .env file to link the application to the database. Qovery only needs these 3 files to make our Hasura application ready. After that, we can configure our GraphQL API by using the web interface provided by Hasura. Okay, now let's deploy our Angular application. First, in our Angular project, we need to have a GraphQL client to connect to our server. The Apollo-Angular dependencies is perfect for this. Then we need to specify the link to our server. And once it's done, our Angular web interface can now fetch data from our Hasura backend. So now, like we did for Hasura, we can now deploy our frontend by running a git commit and git push commands. Then we can check the deployment status of our frontend and all other related applications and services within the same project through the command Qovery status. Here as well, 2 files are required, the .qovery.yaml and the Docker file. Okay, let's take a closer look with the demo. So I'm gonna Yes, I have the link, which is the Hasura web interface. So this is the public link. So just for my project, I'm gonna just add the new data. I've already created all the schema and all the information that is required for this demo. So I have 3 tables, which is the rate, the restaurant, and user. And I'm gonna just set a rate for a specific restaurant. So first, I need to create. Oh, just one before. I want to show just before that I have no more data. So yes, I have already existing data into our Angular interface, which is just 2 users with the restaurant and rates things. But I'm gonna, yes, add just a rate to 1 more restaurant. So I need to create first of all a restaurant. So Le Fleuve Rouge, for example, which is a Parisian restaurant. Style restaurant. So I have to complete all the required fields. Okay. The row is now existing. I have the ID, and I'm gonna link a rate to a user. So for this, I have to specify the restaurant ID, and as well, so I open a new tab just to get the user ID as well. So for example, mine. Okay. And now I'm gonna rate it 10 because I really love this restaurant. So, okay. So we can check. And here now we have, yes, the Fleuve Rouge restaurant, which is rated by 10 by Romaric Philogène. So it's pretty easy. Okay, let's go back to our presentation. So to conclude, here are the 3 things to remember from my talk today. Hasura is the perfect solution to create a GraphQL API. It's easy to set up, extensible, and ready to serve requests in a couple of seconds. Qovery is the easiest way to deploy a full stack application, even with a database. By combining Hasura with Qovery, we have a production-ready GraphQL API in less than a minute. But one more thing, with Qovery, we can go beyond application deployment. We can do better teamwork thanks to the concept of isolated environments. Each Git branch is an isolated environment that includes the other applications and dependencies. Meaning, if your teammate modifies the Hasura configuration on a feature X branch, it will never impact the master and staging environments. And we include much more than that. A web interface, data cloning between environments, ephemeral environments on pull request, and the possibility to deploy on your own cloud account. So join us on Qovery to deploy your next Hasura project. Thank you.